Hello, Michael and Sharon on the couch later today. It's my weekly update. Good to hear. Michael Forest projects. Just sort of like keeping a record of everything I've been doing. So this week, mainly, I got my numbers today, and it turns out that making my Changes app free made a huge difference to sales, to downloads. I mean, so instead of like one download, we got like 100, which is like a 5,000 odd % improvement if you put it as a number, which is always a fun way to put it. Which is actually a better conversion rate, like 15% versus sort of like 4%, which I've got for Changes for Good Habits. So that's cool, right? The in-app purchases on Good Habits aren't quite as much as they were the first week, but they're still all right. So that's fun. Let's have a look at the desktop and maybe just bring myself a little bit more over because I'm scooching to the side. But now we've got a lot of this. Okay. So, yeah, I spent a bit of time having to get the in-app purchases approved. That was sort of like 3.5 hours of just really trying to make sure I had all the terms and conditions set up and all that kind of stuff. And it has all the fine print and like I've got all that privacy policy is prominent and all those different things. I just kind of like, and then within one submission, I actually managed to get it approved. So that was great. I've had a couple of sales already. So that's nice. We're already like ahead of the curve. And now we've got a lot more users to kind of battle test it, I suppose. So the other thing, I had a bit of a call with Ian as well this week. We've just sort of like regrouped a little bit around the mission statement of happiness, which is really the more people there are in the world with some basic level of 3 seconds a day, how am I looking, how am I feeling, self-awareness, the better, I think. And so anything we can do to improve that number is fair game. So I really think we've got a nice, concise but very powerful way of adding the data at the moment in Changes. So really the focus now is going to be upon like making it as easy as possible to get insights from that data. Like your work is coming to the app every day and doing your job, which is saying how you're feeling. Our job is now we're going to keep feeding you fun little insights based on that data. So with that in mind, I spent looks like 11 odd hours this week. I was a bit non-committal with Ian about working on this week, but then I really got into it. So I've been working on this. I thought like, are you a Monday person? Data visualization, which I kind of did a lot of Googling. It's like, what's a Monday thing? Well, Monday is sort of like a cup of coffee, like a pen and a pad, and like you're sitting at your desk for the first time since the weekend. And I thought like, okay, if you're a happy person, and this is all in augmented reality. So I've got this framework set up where I can create these things in augmented reality. So I thought, well, I'll find a model of a cup, find a pen. That's easy, isn't it? And then, like, if you're not a Monday person, coffee spills over and goes everywhere. If you are a happy person, maybe it's full of marshmallows and sprinkles. I don't know, but here's how it's looking so far. So here's like the cup of tea, and which mug is real? Who knows? But then the main bulk of it was actually doing this notepad. So yesterday I got a lot of progress on this. I made this like notepad thing. So the technical. But what's been really amazing about working on this is that, all those, when I build something, I tend to build it so that it's going to be easy to keep adding to later. But then often I never get around to adding the new stuff that I've made it easy to add later. But actually, it was such a pleasure to add this to the app. So it's another thing that sits in the feed for now, but it'll be like an image or something like, some sort of call to action in there that come from a notification. But for now, you just go on it and it just goes straight into the augmented reality, and you get this, you get the thing. And I'll show you that. I should have probably, oh no. I have not answered my changes, so now I've got this quandary of, do I add it? Yes, I'm going to do it. Even though you're watching, I'm going to say, okay, that's been fun. Lockdown meh. Money, quite excited about. Work, I've been enjoying. Workout was good, and we'll just save that, and I'm just going to delete my things there. Right, so then I'm going to just launch this thing for you and share it. So that's how long it takes to do your entry every day. So really not very long. And it's free now, so you can get it for free. But I'll just quickly show you how this is looking. And because you're a VIP, so what happens is you scan the surface. I'm actually going to make this better, this scanning thing. So we scan the surface and then you place down. It's not quite on there. We place down our coffee cup. The lighting's funny at the moment. But look, I did this little, you see the little steam effect to sort of make the coffee look like it has coffee in it. Can you see that? Like, let's make it really big. So I'm just trying to give it like lots of love and attention. You know, it's kind of off the ground, but I've got a solution for this actually. Let's make it nice and big. So I'm on the phone. I'm moving it around. Yeah, sorry, we're losing frames, but it's not the app that's low frame rate, it's the connection. Oh my God, I should never have done this. I'm also having some crazy computer problems. Like something is really lodged in there. Can you see that's gone all bad? I think we're going to have to. You get the idea with that. I'm thinking if we quit, maybe that is going to make it better. Oh my God, it's a disaster. So I'm just going to keep talking and pretend that that's not happening. So this is the Swift UI, and yeah, I'm so happy that so we've got that 3D stuff, but I'm able to render that content in Swift UI, which is so nice because you can get this really concise code, and then it's all very structured. So I can say, well, this is the data structure that I want, and then like I can do the calculations in one place, and it's all like plugged in so nicely. And yeah, like now my question is like, it tells me that I'm a Monday person, and it shows me the data to prove it. And I think this is cool because it's the selling point of the app is our brains aren't very good at being objective about our feelings. So probably each of these negative feelings, if you can see that, like on that page, they get amplified like 5 or 6 times in our brains, I think. And so we think that it's all mostly red, but actually it's mostly green. So I think I had this idea of do I make it like the psychologically am I a Monday person, or do I do it like based on the data? And I think the right thing to do is, I talked to Ivanka about this on the podcast as well. Do I do it on the data, or I do it on the data because that's the whole thing. That's what it frees you from that false perception of your own existence where you think, oh, I hate Mondays, they're terrible. It's like, actually, they're mostly okay. Really, to be scientific, I should probably compare Monday to other days, but I like to keep these things simple. And then the other thing is this bit will be grayed out. Like basically all the detail will be like blurred out unless you've got premium updates. So I think that's a cool way to do that. So yeah, just generally quite excited about how that's been. Let's have a little cliplet. That was off my Twitch. So if we go to here, stream play, I've done like 8 hours. I didn't try to do every day, but I did try and do a little bit of just chatting this week on Twitch, which was kind of cool because a couple of people came in that maybe I wouldn't have usually seen, but then there was a lot of quiet bits. But then actually Tuesday I got raided, like 50 odd people, 45 I think it was, and that was yeah, that was motivating. I did a good little performance and it was fun, and I don't think people want to see it like every day. So it'd be cool if I can get onto this schedule of kind of, I'll play probably when I'm going to get a raid, or I know that people are going to come and see it, and I think that's just a better way to live. But like, still maybe push for these just chatting streams as well. Right, what else? The podcast we did last week, paying everyone the same. I thought this was a good episode because there was this post we saw about. Well, there's Summa Co-op is my kind of benchmark for, right, this seems to work, this paying everyone the same. But then there was this BBC News article that said, oh, someone tried it and it didn't work, so forget about that. But I thought they didn't do a very good job of sort of like understanding why and maybe realizing why that might be something someone wanted to do, and realizing the sorts of inequality problems and all the problems that we're like hoping to try and like chip away at by doing that. But yeah, so the podcast is out, and today we did one on just how's Brexit going. So hey, that's fun. Beyond that, yeah, I had a bit of a regroup with my collaborator on changes. Did I say that? Oh no. I guess I've restarted this recording because it went wrong a couple of times. It's fine. Shoot, I've done a little bit of work on the manual controls. Which, and also like on stream, someone was saying, "Oh, when are you going to do a new version? Let me know." So that was cool. I've got it like working with the manual controls, but it's not very centralized the way it knows the state of the camera. And I'm sort of like, I think I'm replicating state too much, and I'm worried it's going to be buggy in its current form. So I've sort of like got it so that it can scroll the things, but there's a lot of ifs and thens and then like directly modifying controls, and I don't like it. So I'm going to just probably spend a bit longer on it so that I've got like a single source of truth that is transmitting its state, rather than what I've got at the moment, which is like a load of conditions, which I don't like. It makes me uncomfortable. It's going to lead to bugs. So I want to spend a bit longer on it before, because the worst thing I can do is make the app a bit unreliable, or like, what if it crashed, or what if it started autofocusing, or what if it stopped autofocusing, all that kind of stuff is going to undermine it. So I want to do a good job on that. I've spent like 4 hours this week on it, but yeah, it needs a bit more attention. But really, and that was supposed to be my focus this week. But we'll get to it. I think I'm doing well, and I've learned that I'm a Monday person. Let's have one more clip, and I'm gonna, say goodbye. Bye. Here's the outro. We're back in. That was an old clip. That other one, by the way. So here's a little Central London under lockdown. It's actually from last year, and with a clip from my Twitch. And then with that, I'm gonna leave.